a Republican pollster. This is Mitchell Brown. He's saying that what he's seeing now in these focus groups in the battleground state, which is what really matters, the states, excuse me, and that's what's going to matter, is these voters know exactly to the dollar the amount of their power bill. Whether it's health care, the price of beef, they know exactly what they're paying. And that's where they're seeing their pain, along with the gasoline pumps. And I bring this up to you because, this is going to be something that the Republicans are going to have to really contend with as we get closer to November.
So that was a clip of Fox News talking about how people are struggling, and actually they know how much they're paying in their energy bills. We're going to show you a little bit more of that clip in a minute, but I just want to talk about this and how this is going to impact the 2026 midterm election. And we're going to take a look at the Senate, because we've seen a shift. The Senate is now 50-50 when it comes to Democrats taking back control of the Senate. They now have a 50-50 chance. And then when it comes to the House, Democrats have even a larger advantage of taking back control of the House. It's at 85%. So we're going to take a look at all that in this video. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel.
No, that's a fair point, Cheryl. We're not saying things are perfect, but it's like, what is the plan for the future? And as you know, right now, gas prices are higher because we know that if we allow Iran to get a nuclear weapon, the world changes as we know it. And this is why we went in here. But what we also did over the last 18 months is we increased the supply of energy, whether it be, of course, here in the United States. We have a regime now in Venezuela, which is the largest depot of oil in the world. It's actually going to be friendly with us, or at least trade with us. We're trying to do the right things and trying to move forward, and where we say to people we're just being frustrated by the Democrats because, as you know, with the filibuster, they're denying the verdict of the 2024 election. We can't even get a vote on the most basic things, like saying, shouldn't congressmen stay away from buying stocks? Shouldn't we have voter ID? And the radicals and the left are saying, no, we're okay with the status quo. And I think that's unacceptable. We have a lot of work to do, but the good news is that things like your retirement fund are doing better, and we want to offer them more of their own hard-earned money back.
Okay, so that was a congressman there. You saw that last part. He's talking about the retirement funds are doing better. So basically he's talking about 401ks. But when it comes down to it, what is the plan? He's talking about we have a plan, or, we're moving the plan forward. What exactly is that plan? What does it look like in Iran? Because right now, we don't know what's happening. We don't know. We don't see a plan. We just see the cost of fuel going up. We just see the cost of groceries going up. And we don't see any end in sight when it comes to Iran. That's the major issue there. Now, every congressperson that's running for re-election, all the candidates that are running on the Republican ticket, they're going to have to answer that question. Why is the economy so bad right now? Why are people struggling? Why do people know how much their energy bill is? Why are they so focused on that? It's because it's about affordability. And some of these congresspeople right now who are running for re-election, they're just glossing over it and trying to say, well, you know what? Your retirement plan is doing well, but what about your everyday costs? That's what people are focused on. They want to know, when are the prices going to come down on the products that I purchase every day, or every couple of days or a week when I go get gas. When are those prices going to come down? You can't just say, well, it's a war in Iran. That's the reason why fuel prices went up. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to bring it down? In Venezuela, they're saying, oh, we can get oil from Venezuela. I guess that's what he was alluding to. And remember, oil prices is global. So even if we're getting oil from different places, it's a global price. So we're still going to be paying more. And so this is why Republicans are struggling. They are struggling because the current economy is not well. This is a referendum on the president. It's a midterm election. Generally, if you have, and in this situation that we're in right now, you have the House is being run by Republicans, the Senate is being run by Republicans, the White House is being run by Republicans, even the Supreme Court, if you want to look at it that way, they're being run by Republicans. So Republicans are controlling everything, and things aren't good for the average American. And they are going to go out and they're going to vote against the current administration because of that. And when you have the power, you have to do something with that. You see that the congressman was trying to blame Democrats in this situation. You have the power. You can push bills through reconciliation. So some of the things that you want to get done, you could push those through reconciliation. They can't even get that done. And so even without the filibuster, they still have an opportunity to pass legislation. They just didn't pass legislation because you have some Republicans that are saying, no, we're not going to move forward with some of the stuff that you want to move forward. And I just want to show you really quickly where we are when it comes to the Senate. Who's going to take control of the Senate? Now, in the past, Republicans have always had an advantage of taking back control of the Senate. Now we're looking, if you look on the right side here, prediction market, this is Kalshi, it's showing 49% for Democrats, 49% for Republicans. It's a 50-50. A 50-50 shot of Democrats taking control of the Senate. And that would be a huge victory for Democrats if we saw a situation like that. If we go down and we look at Kalshi's actual Senate seat count, you have Democrats and independents at 49, you have Republicans at 48, and you have 3 states right now that are considered toss-ups. You have Alaska, Texas, and Ohio. And so this is important because when we start looking at some of these different races, what Democrats need to do, Democrats need to get to 51. Republicans, they only need to get to 50 because you have the vice president that'll come in and break the tie. But in this situation, if Democrats can win 2 out of these 3, then they will take back control of the Senate. So if they can win in a state like Texas, which right now Tallarico's doing really well. If you look at the latest polling, the momentum is on Tallarico's side. So if they can win Texas, if they can win in a state like Alaska, if they can win in a state like Ohio, and both Alaska and Ohio, these races are very, very close. I mean, it's too close to call in most polls. And so Democrats have a real shot of taking back control of the Senate. Now, when it comes to the House, let's take a look. So looking at the House, the prediction market, Kalshi again, has Democrats 85% chance of taking back control of the House, and then 15% for Republicans maintaining control of the House. So you can see in this situation, Democrats have a huge advantage. They should be able, I mean, it's very likely that Democrats will be able to take back control of the House. And remember, all Democrats need to do in the House is net 3 seats. If they can net 3 seats, they'll take back control of the House. Now, we do have to mention redistricting, so Republicans do have an opportunity. It looks like they have an opportunity to pick up some seats in redistricting. But will that be enough? According to the prediction market, it's not going to be enough, and Democrats are still likely to take back control of the House. And so the main takeaway here is voters are focused on the economy. They're focused on inflation. This is going to be a referendum on the current policies. If the current policies aren't working, we're going to see a change. And that is what we're seeing right now in the prediction market. That is what we're seeing right now in focus groups. We'll just have to see what happens in November. I want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. And remember, stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So I want to make a quick pitch here. If you guys are liking the content on my channel, make sure you go over and join my Substack. It's free. And on my Substack, you're going to get articles that are based on some of the videos that I've posted, as well as every video that I post on YouTube, I also post it on Substack, and Substack will send you an email notification so you'll never miss any of my videos. Link is in the description. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.